This is going to be a Dragon's Den playthrough, and it's just the start of it. Big cutscene, and go to where everyone's just been struck down. Now this is what happens at the start of every Dragon's Den. You all die, or maybe the end, depending which way you want to look at it. A few moments for the instance to load up. Here we are, and we're all dead back at the starting point. Revive a few people. Get up, get up. Okay, let's have a look around. On the raptor, okay. Jungle, I love some of these jungle bits, they're great. Okay. Yeah, there's a bit of a problem here, and I don't know whether viewers can see this, that, here we go, you can see that some of the squad is in a different instance. So we'll go and join them very quickly. Well, this sometimes happens, and you've just got to be on the ball and quickly move over to the right instance. So there we are, we're in the same squad as the commander. So let's see. There's 3 paths to Dragon's Den. There's the north, the mid, and the south. And we'll go along this one for a change. We're just going to follow the commander. This is actually one of the first times that I've done a Dragon's Den playthrough. Yeah, I know it's kind of silly for someone of my experience to ignore Dragon's Den for so long, but I decided to do the meta both from the point of view of getting a bit more loot and also from the point of view that I wanted the achievement points. So we're going to go down this path. So this is the southern path, or the one on the east side, the right hand side. It's all good really. So we're just waiting here for the event to get started. I'm the only person in my guild doing this. So maybe I should probably say a few words about the guild. So this is Alf, or Alfarius, and I'm playing on my main, which is Aldronia, Double Dagger, Elementalist. A little bit squishy because I haven't changed my build in a while. It's mostly focused on DPS. It's a sort of build that I'd use in a raid, to be honest. Anyway, as I was saying, our guild, Alf, is a mature guild. It's been around since just a little bit after launch. A few of us got together and formed it, and you've probably seen us posting in some of the forums once in a while about the guild, trying to recruit a few new members, having a look at running events. We ran Raiders of the Lost Precipice quite recently, which was a very extended hide and seek kind of event combined with a role-playing element as well as a few other bits and pieces that were buried in there. I'm hoping to do a video on it fairly soon so that you can get at least a little bit of an overview. I'm really just trying to get the winners of the main prize online at the same time so we can actually discuss it. We're still waiting for this event to get started though. A few people just chatting here. Anyway, so I've been playing Guild Wars 2 for a very long time, just after launch in fact, and I have taken quite a long break away from the game for quite a while, to be perfectly candid with you. Now, the break that I took was simply due to family reasons that I'm not going to go into on a YouTube broadcast, but I did have a couple of years off, and I came back into the game just several months before Path of Fire was launched, in fact. Probably June, July 2017, give or take. And so that's meant I've needed to do a lot of catch-up, which is why I'm playing through Dragon's Den, for instance. It's one of those areas that I've been ignoring for a little while. Okay, are we ready? Are we going to get underway? Here we go. There we go. In an instance. Are we ready? Is everyone here? We're good to go? Come on. Let's get raptored up. Is that even verbiage? Verbiage? Yes, it is verbiage from now on. Raptored. We are raptored up. We are raptored up and verbiage to noun go. And here we go. Let's get these Mordred under control. This first stage is a relatively straightforward fight, and you can see here the sort of thing that I'm trying to do. So in Fire Circle, which is dagger skill 4, we have the chance to generate some might just by having the appropriate finishes. So once I put down that Fire Circle on dagger 4, you'll see me either change to Earth or Water to exploit it. Now, Earth has 2 blast finishers on dagger 4 and dagger 5, which will generate might, and Water 3 also provides a finisher just to add to that next stack as well, and depending on how quickly I can do it, usually I can get a decent amount of might out of doing. Anyway, down to the collection area, a little bit more DPS, and you can see what I've got here on my utilities as well. So I've got those, well, I can talk through it. So the heal skill is one where I gain health for every spell I cast. I kind of like that because it's just an unconscious way of healing, really, and maybe unconscious is the wrong word to choose in this context. Oops, can I jump in there? But it's certainly one that I prefer to use. I know people have their own preferences, and you may not necessarily agree with me, but that's fine. Sometimes I accidentally click button number 6 when I don't particularly mean to. That damages the healing in a little while, but at least the option is there that if I need it I can hit number 6. Armour of Earth provides a nice stun break, as does the Signet. I don't really need the Air Signet these days for faster movement, but that's originally what I had it there for. I'm sure most people in their different builds of different classes had some kind of way of moving a little bit faster, but these days with Path of Fire, with all the raptors and everything else, there really isn't a particular need for it, but I use it here just as an extra stun break. And you can see I've also got the Ice Bow sandwiched between the two. The elite skill there is to summon an elemental, and the elemental summoned, of course, is dependent upon the elemental attunement that is active at the time. Hopefully I won't need that so much, there's plenty of players here. Bounce up on these mushrooms. This event's going quite well, actually. Up again. Okay, let's go out this way. Up. Some people got stuck on the doors there with the rats. Okay, and across G, Griffin. Still got to get my Griffin. Need a Griffin. Let's just accept these masteries and tell this is the first time I've done this particular path, can't you? Okay, back to base. And a few moments before the next thing. So, off we go. Plenty of things to kill. Well, let's get stuck in straight away. I'm also playing a Tempest Elementalist here. I really kind of like the fresh air approach, which is the particular build that I'm using at the moment. Gives a very decent amount of damage in terms of output. A little bit on the squishy side though, so unfortunately you probably are going to see me die hideously and embarrassingly as we go along during this playthrough. But we will see how we go. No promises, but I reckon I'm going to die a couple of times here, just based on doing another path through Dragonstand. Okay, what's going on? There we go, there's our targets. So I like opening with number 4 actually, it gives me a speedy way to get to a particular target. If it's a big group or just a single target, sometimes I like to follow that up with R5 just to get them off their feet, in a very literal sense, and then carry on. Okay, here I'm just doing R1, I'm just overloading on air, just tagging everything. Just helping out really. I wouldn't say I'm doing particularly high damage. Distinctly average at the moment. I've not even got food active, let alone anything else. Change to water, heal myself. I've also got the dodge roll, which will give me a bit of regen. And of course overload on water will give me a little bit of an extra heal as and when it's needed. Okay, going right through. There we go, beautiful. Some nice friendly chronomancers helping out here. Okay, and I've not been too squishy yet. This is good. It's all looking very good. We've got decent numbers in the squad, and judging by the chat, and of course I'm going to obscure the map chat with just the guild symbol, because I think that's kind of private. People don't really want to be taped when they chat with me, so keep that private just for the sake of the guild. Judging by that map chat though, it looks like the other 2 squads in the other 2 lanes are doing similarly well, so I'm very optimistic that this map is going to be a resounding success. I may regret saying these words, of course. Okay, onwards. Okay. There we go. There you can see I've just done the Fire 4 followed by Earth 4 and 5, switching over to water. There's a decent amount of additional damage, and let's just zoom right through that with Fire 3, go back to Fire 4, Fire 2. There we go, let's get rid of these tenders to Fire Grab, Fire 5. No, they don't go up in the air, never mind. We shall just lash them until they are no longer. Seems like everyone else has the same idea. Come on. Perish already. Dragonstand is quite a long playthrough actually, so it's going to take us a little while to, even before we reach the final stage, which from if you've seen it before, it occupies a number of islands in the southwest corner of the map. Okay, we've made progress already. This is good. Yeah, this is taking a normal amount of time actually, so I'm going to guesstimate that this is going to be about an hour long or so. It can be done faster, of course, and I've been doing this when it's gone a lot slower, and I mean a lot slower, but it still succeeds. And if you've got a critical mass of players with you and a half-decent squad who sort of knows what they're doing, it's fine. Okay, back to the commander. Here we go. Jump in. A bit of an electric shock. Ooh, an electric shock to the foot. Meta progress. Ooh, a machete. Machete. No, not really. It's not that exciting, let's be honest.
Behind us! They'll try to take us out!
There we go. Did you like Air 5 then? Everyone goes up in the air. It's like playing Skittles. There's something just about Air 5 that I like doing, just seeing all the mobs go up in front of me. I've got to admit, it just makes me chuckle a little bit. Maybe I'm a sadist. Maybe I just like seeing that happen to enemy mobs. I think on some of the AI these days, it's quite interesting because going back several years, it's certainly the case that the AI is not as good, but these days I do find myself being interrupted a little bit more when I try and activate a few of these key skills that I sometimes do. So typical opener of Air 4, Air 5, or the inverse of that, Air 5, Air 4, is more likely to be interrupted these days by the AI of the enemy. And indeed, I think other players, if you do PvP or WVW, are very wise to... Oh, there we go. Died already. Hey, I'm here. Oh, there we go. Thank you, kind souls. You are most kind. Okay, back into water. Let's heal it. What was I saying? Yeah, I think most people these days who are doing competitive combat in PvP or WVW are kind of wise to the double dagger elementalist tricks that we play, but certainly early on, in the early days, just going to try and get rid of some of these bits and pieces. Anyway, I carry around a Mystic Forge Conduit, just for situations like this. It is one of the most useful things I have ever come across in the game, and I will just forge them all together. Not only does it provide me sometimes, if I'm lucky, with a higher tier of treasure, but it also just frees up a few slots in my inventory. Now, of course, I could just spend a few gems and get more inventory slots, but I've been doing some of that on other characters, and, well, I don't want to spend any more gems at the moment, if I'm perfectly honest, so I'm just going to carry on using that Mystic Forge, to be perfectly honest. Although, let's also be honest about one thing, I do carry around a lot of rubbish in my inventory as well. You can kind of see it there. There's a staff at the top left, for instance, that I use, and you can certainly see all the WVW things that I lug around, and the off chance that I'm commanding. There's some food and things there as well, various bits of treasure and some mystic stuff. Oh, it just goes on. I've even got Lights of Kryta in there, which can light the way in dark places. Okay, where are we up to? More champions. Sorry, I was just typing to a guildie then. Back to the fight. Yeah, it's going down nicely enough. Certainly enough of a contribution from me to get the rewards. Certainly everyone else is chipping in as well. And this is one of the things that I absolutely love about Guild Wars 2. It's the fact that everyone does get together. chip in and genuinely contribute. There are very few people who troll or grieve other players. Look, I'm not going to lie, I have encountered it, of course. I think every player has, and it's not good when it does happen, but I think Guild Wars 2, of all the games that you play that are multiplayer, is one of the friendliest and most helpful that I've seen to date, and all credit to the designers and to the devs. It's certainly a very good experience. Oops, get out of this cone. Yeah. So Mordrim, yeah, I didn't like the Mordrim when they were introduced, and I've liked them less in HOT, to be perfectly honest. Actually, to be quite honest, my real nemesis are those raptors. Do you remember those raptors the first time you saw them? There was a swarm of about, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 of them, somewhere in the Auric Basin or somewhere like that. You sort of looked at them and you went, yeah, it'll be fine. What are they going to do to me? And you tried to solo them and you died within about 5 to 10 seconds. Yeah, those are the mobs, and those are the enemies that I detest more than any other in this entire game. Okay, bit of fire and I'm down. Heal up, go back and fight. Oh, looks like, oh dear, everyone's dying. We're going forward too fast. We need to move as one, as well as heal as one. Thank you, kind soul. Okay, give them a liberal spray of water blasting. And we'll summon an elemental because, hey, looks like we need the extra DPS. Liberal flamethrower blast. I don't even know where my elemental is now. Never mind. It's probably already dead. No, it's not. I still see the elite skill there. It's hanging around somewhere. Not sure. Ugh. Okay, let's do this from... I was going to say, let's do this from range, but I'm downed again. And blow up. So this is going to be a bit of a down fight. So I was going to use the ice bow just to switch to range, because double dagger elementalists do tend to be a little bit up close and in your face as a kind of rule of thumb. And that's just due to the range of the weapons they use, but I really prefer this build to using a staff, to be honest. Having said that though, I like running staff on my Necromancer, so I don't know, it's just one of those builds that I really enjoy playing. Not sure I'll particularly change, and you can certainly see one of the reasons on screen why perhaps I won't change, and that's because of Incinerator. Spent a long time trying to get Incinerator, very, very long time. I think it's the first and the last legendary that I will do, because I just don't have the energy or time to do another one. Let's finish off this. Ooh. Away we go. And still lots of DPS. Just let you enjoy the view for a minute, I think.
I've got a plan to distract the Mordor, but I'll need some help. See, these sonic devices attract the Chaac. The Chaac hate the Mordor. If I can set them up correctly, the Chaac will come.
Okay, so we've entered that sort of stage where kind of, let's see, how many minutes are we into this video? We're about 25 minutes into the video, so might be halfway through, maybe not. It really depends a little bit on how the other lanes are doing to some extent. Oh, come on, go down already. There we go. Going to the AoE modron. Not always possible, as they overlap and interlock in very interesting and entertaining ways. And now my backs are full again, so I'm just going to get rid of the extra space. So you do need one free space to be able to use the Mystic Forge, so let's just jam 4 things in together. Normally, if I had the time, I would just sell these blue ones, but green ones I'm very happy to forge together in the hopes of making a yellow. And then I'd probably salvage the yellows for the Ectos, to be perfectly honest. So having said that, since Path of Fire, the prices for all of these things have dropped quite considerably, so gold income is not what it used to be, realistically, and my luck has been distinctly less than average with various other ways of getting gold within the game. Now I know people might spend money on microtransactions, although maybe not so macro transactions, shall we say, with getting gems, but I very rarely do that, to be quite honest. Much prefer to try and spend as little money as I can, but sometimes I do. Much like other people, I prefer to spend what little disposable income I have on other things. Okay, here we go. So I didn't mention that earlier, so the other thing I've traded for is on Evasive Arcana, and with Evasive Arcana, that means that when you dodge roll, you produce an effect. So in water you get a little bit of regeneration, but in Earth you produce an effect that's similar to Earth 5, and as a consequence that is also a blast finisher. So put a Fire 4 circle down, switch to Earth, dodge roll, Earth 4, Earth 5, that is quite a decent might stack. Flax. Yay. Okay, so why am I excited about flax? Well, flax is a key ingredient for a number of things. Most obviously is to make the vials of linseed oil. Now, vials of linseed... Okay, don't really need to fight you. Vial of linseed oil is a key ingredient in a number of different crafting items, and also in Guildhall upgrades. The amount of linseed oil that we've had to get to upgrade our Guildhall has been insane. I'm sure there's many other people out there who would agree with that. However, it's also vital for decorations within the Guildhall. One of the things that we encourage guild members to do is claim a house within the Guildhall. We have the Lost Precipice, and decorate their houses just to make the place look awesome and to make it a little bit more interesting when we go ahead and have an event hosted within the Guildhall, which we do from time to time. However, having said that, myself and a couple of others are level 400 scribes. We've got a few, but I encourage my guildies, if they want a particular item scribed for them using the scribed 400, then just give me a message, pay me the going rate for the ingredients, and I will go ahead and make that item for them. Assuming I can get the ingredients relatively straightforward from the trading post. I don't know whether other guilds do that, but we would much sooner offer a service to our guildies than everyone get up to level 400, because it can be crazy expensive to get up to level 400 scribes. So it is one of those ones. Miss Axman. It is one of those ones that I think it is back to us. Alright, back to us. I think it is one of those crafting disciplines that you can share with your guildmates, and I think it is good as well. If there's only a few of you who are high-level scribes, then you don't have decoration wars within the guild hall. Every person has their own little allotted space that they take care of, and people do make suggestions for the open spaces and what to construct in them, and we take that on board. The guild leadership team, that is, and we do the best we can. Okay, on to here. Bada boom, bada bing, get the beetles. Electrocute the beetles. Die hideously. And back again. Water. We're all good. I am feeling very squishy today indeed. I think one of the things that a lot of players have been pining for and begging for and cajoling for and agitating for is just a quick change of build within the hero menu, and I think a lot of people have been calling this for a very, very long time. I suspect there are a lot of people out there who feel exactly the same way. You know, I want a button that I can press for a raid build, I want a button that I can press for, let's call it PvE 1, that might be, let's say, Double Dagger Elementalist. There might be another one, let's call it PvE 2, might be my staff build perhaps, which may or may not be the same as my Double Dagger Elementalist, but trying to change these on the fly is quite time consuming. Sorry, died again. Well, not died, but just downed. You know what I meant. Hopefully one day that will be instituted, but I think that now I really am dead. Let's go back. I suspect that programming on that is particularly nuanced. Otherwise they might have already done it already. Let's deposit those whilst we've got a moment. No, okay. Back to the fray. Let's go. Hello, beetles that are now friendly. Oh. Well, don't think I quite got the killing blow in there, but it was almost good. Almost. We move on. I'm going to try to go too far forward, otherwise that happens. A little bit further back. Oh. Do you know what? I thought I was really dead there. So by the time I finished and came out of the skill, it looked like the health was just about to expire. Let's go ranged for a little while and use an ice bow. So my bow is one of those ones that is always a nice little utility to have, unless you're playing a certain other build. But it has been nerfed a little bit recently. However, it's still looking kind of nice as well. Still useful.
Be effective. We need to destroy the gates at the same time. That way, Morgemont will have to defend all the blinding towers and wards.
Okay.
We'll hold up here and defend until the others are ready for a final assault.
Chests are piling up now, just with my minimap on the bottom right. Hang around a bit now. Oh, yeah. Almost too slow to just step outside the circles produced by those little temple vines. Well, I think everything's on schedule. I think this map will be cleared within, I'm going to say 1 hour and 5 minutes. Looking at the clock right now, we are about, where's my timer? We're about 36 minutes, give or take, into this video. I'll probably put a little bit on the start. Yeah, definitely halfway. Over halfway just about now. So the commander is splitting these up into some smaller squads now. Each will take care of a different thing. I'm just going to run with the bulk of the Zerg, to be perfectly honest. Be a good little Zergling for a change. Let the commander do their job. I will do mine, including trying to stay alive. Which, as demonstrated a little bit earlier on, is sometimes more of a challenge at some times than others. Should have brought my knight armor to this perhaps, rather than the berserker. But never mind, it's fine. New event nearby. Excellent. Dragon Stand could probably be a little bit shorter, to be honest, but hey, it's okay. Still worth doing. I'm not sure I'd want to do it every night, every week, day in, day out, but it's good to do once in a while, and so I have a focus of just trying to chip away at things. Sometimes I'll do them all in one go, but if it's a long grind, for instance, to get certain armor parts, which is part of the reason that I'm doing Dragon Stand fairly regularly at the moment, I chip away, because I think I'd go insane if I did the same thing day in, day out in the game. Rallied. Ah, but he didn't see that. Yeah, he did see it. Okay, run away! Catch up with the Zerg. There we go, that's much better. Fire. A little bit of immolation. A little bit of fire in the evening to warm your soul, my dear Mordrin. Said the Sylvari player. There's certain irony in that, don't you think? Bring the plant down. So now we're going to go in a clockwise direction around here for quite a little bit of time until the subgroup in the middle has had a chance to do their job. We're going to keep everything clear on this periphery, and of course there are two other squads doing very similar antics. Take it down as fast as we can, and away we go. Away we go. Okay, here's the target. There it is. Zoom. Looks like I'm not the only Tempest here. I think it's kind of funny when 4 or 5 Tempests go off with their overloads. Certainly makes the screen go bright. Oh, didn't move fast enough. Put this one down. Observers. Yeah, plenty of Tempests to go around to light up your screens. I think raids are quite bad for that. Sometimes you just end up with lots of bright flashes on your screen of various different technicolors. Hive the Brandstorm was a little bit like that for me personally, actually. Just heaps of different colours all flashing at once. And purple. Lots and lots of purple. You know what? If you're a fan of purple, you are going to like the first episode of Living World Season 4. Because there's a lot of purple. And I don't think that's me spoiling it either. It is purple. The colour is purple, and purple is the colour. I've digressed. Here, green is the colour, and the colour is green. I'm downed. I'm getting myself downed. Overload on water. There's a handy little escape. Catch up with 4. Take down these. Get to the target. And look, it's kind of rinse and repeat from here on in. Let's try and get the player up. Oh, it might kill me. Yeah. I'll try to help, mate. Sorry. Let's see if I survive this. Oh, not quite. Right. Won't take me too long to get back, so that's okay. Tried to do the right thing though. Tried to res a fellow squaddie. Because goodness knows they res me enough. They're not too far ahead of me. Flax. In fact, you know what? I've just timed it right, haven't I? They're just in front when I came there. Nice timing. Purely by accident, of course. I'll take the credit though. Right, how are we doing on the time front? 44 or so minutes, give or take. Yeah, I reckon we've got another 15 or 20 minutes or so in this. This phase is not particularly exciting, and it is kind of repetitive as well. Go around the circle, kill things. Go a bit more around the circle, kill things. Hope Squad 2's doing alright. In the middle, looks like they're okay. Avoid the red circles. Not that they do too much damage, but enough of them is bad. There we go. That's the real target. Oh, to stop those pods from regenerating. Nice morale boost from the commander there. I like that. Right. Oops. Rally. I bounced around a bit there unintentionally. Squad, don't wait for a res. Yeah, actually in situations like this, that is a fair statement. Put the stability on. Quite a few people here have got legendaries. If you look at the ground, you can see all the footprints go along. It's various different ones, each one's unique to a given legendary. It's funny how you notice them more when you get your own legendary. When I was just starting playing this, yeah, there were some people who did have legendaries, but it was very rare. And yeah, people did notice, but they just thought they bought them off the trading post, rather than doing it the hard way. A number of people do. Okay, Blighting Towers have fallen. Right. Onwards. Upwards. Literally upwards. This is the final phase. We are going to the islands. Everyone's racing ahead. There we go, finally mounted. What do I do? Oh, I see. Right. Several islands, all going to be defended. Actually, you know what? I don't quite know why I'm doing this as a jumping puzzle. Could have just glided in. Across we go. And up. And let's choose an island. You know what? It doesn't matter too much which island it is, so let's do this one.
Glad to have you here with me.
Spread out. You can see all three lanes are here now. This is a big fight. And there's that beast himself. Good morning. How are you? I'm fine, thank you, old. Oh, that's delightful to hear. I'll tell you what, I'm a bit hungry. You're hungry? Hungry. Oh. I'm going to eat some islands. Islands? Oh, that doesn't sound a good way to feed yourself. Ah, but it is. These islands have ley line infusions. Oh, is that tasty? Not for Sylvari. Let's see if I can help. I doubt the Mordrim actually speak like that realistically. Maybe they do though. I'm hungry. I need something to eat. Nice tasty Sylvari. Big Norn. Okay, let's get some damage. Okay, some damage achieved. It'll do. Why are you trying to hurt me when I'm having breakfast? Well, darling, it is just not breakfast, is it? It's not cricket either. All I wanted to do was eat you all up. Is that so wrong? Yes. You're a dragon. It is wrong. Bad evil wrong. Although, mind you, the way that ANET portrays the Elder Dragons is just being as a force of nature, so it's like trying to combat the wind or the rain. That's the kind of analogy that is usually given, and I can perfectly understand that, so my characterization of hungry is not quite right. Even so. Hi, I'm an Elder Dragon and I'm hungry. Oh dear, look at this. I might have to go under. Oh, what? Oh, that's interesting. Hello. Now, how often do you get to see that? And unlike a choya, it did not look like a kiwi fruit on the inside. Have you guys seen the inside of a choya yet? It looks just like a kiwi fruit. Let's see if I can get back in the action. Okay, there we go.
Stun the creature so your allies can bomb it from above.
And away. Forge it up. Make some space. Nice. Looks like he did have Bracky after all. Now some repetition. There we go. A bit more damage in. I see, stun breaks are good, aren't they? People ask me why I run 2 stun breaks. There's the reason.
Killing the Mordrum champion inside the monster's spoils should drive it off that island.
Look for that Mordrum commander now!
Disrupt Stakemaster Hayward and shielding his allies.
That's the real reason. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. At least more people have come now, which is good. There. There. Drops a good one. Twister stick. Yeah, might as well just have a glide around. Okay, I reckon 10 more minutes, maybe. I'm getting a little bit repetitive, but I think it merits that little bit of struggle, to be honest.
Fury rising. Fired up.
There it goes again. Hungry. Still hungry. You look like tasty food.
Here's our chance.
No, no, not me. Yes, you. I'm going to eat you up for supper. Nice little perspective there of how it drops down. Okay, deal with the local issue.
Ready to rock.
I think you've basically seen all there is to see now, except for that end sequence, which I'm sure we'll get to soon.
The mouth of Mordor is getting ready to tear apart their platform. One keeps that monster in place. Another gets mortar shells, and the rest clear the area of hostiles. Come on, grab a mortar shell from that down chopper. Catch him up, Jock, and get higher to bomb the monster. That's it! Keep the monster stunned!
So this is the other mechanic here. Dropping bombs.
Stun the creature so your allies can bomb it from above!
Not sure this is going to work so well, but nah, I'm not sure on that. That's okay. Maybe another time. So, this has lasted now. Oh, we must be into our 59th minute. So, it's going as well as can be expected, I'd say. I'm just watching the mini-map now, to be honest.
Fury rising.
Some nice panoramics for you. Okay, I freely admit I'm just messing at this point. Just waiting for a more local event. Getting there, right, getting there.
Destroy those vine growths before they tear the platforms apart.
Not much more to go, and then we'll have the final scene cut.
Flood it.
Did you see that? What a great griffin that is.
Drive it off that island.
That Mordran commander must fall.
Disrupt Snake Master Aiden from shielding his allies.
Protect him.
Arranged. I hope you've enjoyed this playthrough at any rate, because I think it's going to be over fairly soon. This is probably the longest one I've ever done and am likely to do. Hopefully some of the other videos are going to be a lot shorter, to be perfectly candid. Yeah.
Disrupt Snake Master Aiden from shielding his allies.
And I hope listening to my dulcet tones as we've gone has been alright with you all. Why don't you let me know in the comments? Should I do another one? Let's talk through as we play. Maybe something a bit more focused. Maybe some more voice characterizations of big bad people. That's the tree in the middle. Don't want to give the game away, but you'll see that tree in the cutscene at the end if you've not already seen it. Oh, hello. Where's he going? Not here, it seems. Excuse me, could you spare any branch, please, today? No, Mr. Mortimermoth. No, and I hope you say that to Elder Dragons as well. No to Elder Dragons. Boys and girls, you make sure you say no to Elder Dragons. No Elder Dragons? Not today. And their minions. Oh, it caught me. Defeated. Oh. Probably got time just to glide back into it. And quick repair. Off we go. climb up the strange looking JP and glide back into it. We've had enough of seeing the insides for one day. One last push, potentially.
Destroy them.
Shouldn't be long now at all.
The mouth of Mortarmon is getting ready to tear apart. Remember, platform 1 takes that monster in place. Another gets
There's a hungry mouth of Mordred.
clear the area of hostiles. Commander, grab a mortar shell from that down chopper.
It's taken a fraction longer than I thought it would, but should be there on the next push.
Nice work. Don't let up yet.
You can sort of see how everyone on the map is just concentrated to get that last push in.
Nice work. Don't let up yet.
Okay, go on. The third bite, do it. It's gonna finish whilst I'm gliding. There it goes. Yep. Right. Well, that is that. Time to go and collect the winnings. Need the Springer. So up here is a little area that's been revealed where there's got a big trophy in and anything else. go over to that. And that is basically going to be it. I hope you've enjoyed this one. And look, I will see you again very soon. Thank you very much, and yeah,
Fast as the wind.
please leave any comments or questions if you have any. Bye for now.